Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE Night, which means of course some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in the multiplayer Pyre, then look no further, because you can join said Discord group by clicking on that link right there. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that, you'll find all the various requests you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode. We'll set ourselves back to our defaults here. But let me know if there's anyone who would like to get us started today, as in the meantime, I will jump into said Discord group. There we are. Okay. So how's everybody doing? Have people been flocking to the new Hades 2 early access yet? It's been like a week and a half at this point now? Something like that? Not that, well, I suppose we should be somewhat spoiler conscious here, because I imagine many of the people who are playing Pyre nowadays are also those who would be interested in Hades 2, and not sure if people have yet gotten around to playing it, so just want to be mindful of that, but otherwise, of course, today is not Hades 2, today is Pyre, so let me know if anyone would like to get us started. And of course, as always, we can start setting ourselves up for specific things request-wise for our first match, although, generally speaking, it's probably best to establish who we're going to have in our first match before we start doing that stuff. Hey Core, how's it going? How are you? Core, you are welcome to get in here if you would like. Still looking for a couple of players, so certainly have a slot available if you would like to claim it. And I don't think we got you in last week, right? So happy to get you in here, if you are interested. Sure? Awesome. Alright, let me, in that case, get you an invite. Alright, so theoretically that means Core is claiming one of our two spots, but we are still looking for one other person here to face off against Core to get us started today, so let me know if there is still anyone else who is interested. If not, then of course I can potentially jump in for a little bit here as a placeholder of sorts, though generally looking to get as many people in from chat as we can manage to do, so if anyone wants to get in, you are welcome and encouraged to do so. But if other people are not yet ready, I can hop in for a little bit. Up to you all. Okay, but not currently seeing anyone else, so maybe at least until I hear otherwise, I'll hop in. Let me just plug in the controller. Okay. Just double check, make sure that worked. Okay, looks like I'm player 2, that makes sense. In which case, let's set up the names and sigils. Core is on Pyre Hearts. So I'll go True Nightwings. Okay. And there we are. Don't think I've seen any requests set up for our first match, so maybe we will get a simple, straightforward warm-up rites, dare I say. Unless anyone says otherwise. Oh wait, hold on! Now Anor shows up. I mean, Anor, if you want to get in, you are welcome to take this spot. I am just, also, interesting caps lock. I'm just, filling in, because we did not immediately have anyone else looking to claim our second spot here, but if you'd like to take it, you are more than welcome. Up to you. Up to you. Sure? Alright, awesome. Let's get you in then. Let me unplug my controller so we don't create any remote play confusion here. Then we can get a Nor. Can jump in for a bit? Awesome. Okay, let's just double check. See if Core is still player 1 and Anor now player 2. Looks like it. Okay, and Chastity for you today, Anor? Set you for that. Switch the name? Okay, gotcha. That can be arranged. Oh, hold on. Well, if I put it in the right place, that is. There we go. There we go. Now it makes sense. Alright, still have not seen any requests from chat, though, so I think, at least at the moment, we're still looking at a simple, straightforward rite in which the players take whatever they want. 3, 2, 1... Huh? Oh wow. No, I was really expecting that to be just an invitation for that. That right there. That's what I was waiting for. Okay, there it is. Customize off. Randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. Won't even get to see what they are in advance, just gonna get thrown straight into the action. Alright, that's a little more like it. Okay, and with that in mind, now I think we are ready to get things started.
Good evening, exiles. You are gathered at the Isle of Kael'ma.
Even more chaos.
You shall take part here in a glorious tradition. Let us see which one of you is more deserving. Pyre Hearts, stand ready.
Alright, for Core, that looks like Nomad, Sap, and Imp. It's double Imp, Sap for Nor. Okay, these are some interesting team compositions here. Can Core move?
No, I cannot.
Okay.
Replug.
Hold on. Yeah, let's give Core a second here. Why don't you replug? We'll test that, and then... Now it's fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to give you guys a countdown? Do we just want to go from here? What's the preference?
Yeah, you just count down here, and then we'll go.
Alright. So, well... Alright, so I'll give you a 3, 2, 1, go, and on go, we will start. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we know that Anor has the salute on at least one of her imps. As Core sets up a portal directly on top of Anor's Pyre. If Core gets the orb back, he has what is basically an automatic score. Unless that portal gets replaced, which it has, by the looks of things. Wait, or does he not have a portal at all? Oh, never mind. I think he was trying to set a portal, but it looks like he Might have a full left
don't-
side imp?
I guess that's full left side.
Yeah, it must be. Oh, well, speaking of super portals, Anor had one that was quite close to Kor's Pyre. So Anor able to plunge with Manly. Kor does have the Sacred Bond. He's able to step on his teammates' portraits to bring them back from banishment. Anor with Tizo. Oh, that is a dangerous portal, but Tizo at least was not able to do it all himself. Anor momentarily defenseless here. Does not appear to have the Numbing Gust, which suggests she probably has some rekindling. At least 10. Oh, except then I did see Numbing Gust show up for a second there. Thought I just saw the words Numbing Gust.
No more brightly than the other.
Oh, but aren't there some wonky things that can happen with imps when it comes to Numbing Gust? Haven't we established that? That might be at play here. Oh, and Kor does have the team shield from his sap, plus the Nomad, which is a combo that we have seen people take a liking to, especially as of late. Also saw the exploding Vengeful Vow on somebody's character, but I didn't quite catch who it was. Well, there it is. Looks like it's Anor's Manly? Messenger Imp for Kor. Got awfully close and gets it back and plunges, and whoa! Not only does he have the extra damage from the Mastery, also got extra damage from his Talisman, so a whopping 33 from that Imp plunge. You do not see that every day. Oh, Anor actually has super portals. Gets infinite stamina momentarily after going through them. Kor shifts over to Headwind, uses the shield, though trying to be patient here. Well shielded from Anor. Tizo down. Now Raji in his place, he's taken out. Kor moving in here. Anor with Tizo gets the extra stamina from the portal, but still has a lot of ground to cover here. Trying to find a way to get out from this siege that Kor is starting to lay on Anor's Pyre, and Anor does break out here, and she also has extra damage, at least from the Talisman, but not from the Mastery, so it adds up to 23 in her case. Does, however, mean that she is now without Raji in this round, and one score, potentially all that Kor needs, especially given how we saw he has a ton of damage on his Imp. And there it is, except that Anor does have 10 rekindling, as we anticipated that she would have. So Anor is still holding on here. But second life bar revealed, and at this point, one score, almost certainly, be all that Kor would need. Headwind, trying to make that score. And there it is. GG.
Good game. Insane what I randomed.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Alright, so that was a customized off match. Totally randomized teams for both players. But let us know if there's anything in particular we would like to see for the next one. If not, then we'll just reset ourselves and allow the players to take whatever they'd like. But yeah, Kor got the Sap Team Shield plus Nomad, which, as I said, has become not a super common, but a relatively popular composition nowadays. Like I said, let us know if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one. Otherwise, we can just leave it up to the players to go with whatever they want here. That works too. Not seeing anything at the moment, though. In which case, perhaps we will just let the players take whatever they want.
The Pyre hearts
And this time, we'll be at the Nest of Trieste.
Welcome.
No requests,
Who shall conduct the rites?
so all up to the players. We did see, actually, both players had Manly last time. Core will stick with him here, though in this case, takes the quick throwing talisman. As for Nor, she'll go quick throws on a ninja stowaway instead.
Tizo.
Now, Web Lanthorn Tizo in the second spot for Core. Prayer Beads Pamitha in the second spot for Anor. Did take the fell swoop rather than what has usually been the more common full left side harp composition we tend to see. A little more aggressive on the casting side with that fell swoop. We'll see how Core chooses to adapt. And his answer is a speedy Jodariel with extra starting Pyre life. As Nor will finish with a super portal, Webbed Lanthorn Tizo. Alright, so here we go. Nor has that teleport, the ninja status, with her stowaway, but the stowaway is now gone. Core, still in possession here. Jody makes her move, though she's blocked, yet not banished. Everyone on Anor's team is banished, though, and that means plenty of time here for Jodariel to make a 30 damage plunge. Now, she did not have prayer beads, so she is gone. That means a little more space for the stowaway to do her thing, but her throw is intercepted. Manly for Core. He does have the quick throws, so Core perhaps looking to do what Anor was just trying to do. For her, it was with the stowaway, but for Core, it was with Manly. There is the stowaway, following up with another attempt, though that time off the mark. Pamitha trying to cause some trouble with that fell swoop, though she actually goes down in the process. Stowaway dispossessed and now banished. Tizo on a bit of a banishing spree, and that means enough room for the stowaway to throw this one in. The stowaway this time straight into the lava. Pamitha gets rid of Jody, gets rid of Manly, then gets taken out by Tizo.
None left unscathed.
Stowaway back to the orb. Throw intercepted though. Jody for Core. Banished here.
Tis taken.
Nor through that portal. Oh, and very quick maneuver there. Good for a 20 damage plunge, and she did take prayer beads on Pamitha, so Pamitha is still in for this round. Here she is. Oh, Stowaway causing some trouble with that salute. just when Core thought he was safe, and Nor complicated matters a little bit more. Here's the stowaway again. Oh, and she had a window there. If she had not teleported straight into the lava, probably could have gotten a quick throw off there. Didn't quite work out for Nor on that occasion. And Nor defenseless here. Core is quick enough to get his throw off, and that means Nor drops down to just 20 Pyre life. Nor, good for another 20 damage from a stowaway throw here. She's not going down without a fight. Even if Core may just need one more score here to finish the job. Nor, oh, everything but the plunge from Pamitha on that occasion.
Into the adversary's flame.
Here she is again, though this time she's blocked. And Nor sets up a dangerous portal, but Core in possession and in a dangerous position gets the winning plunge.
Firehearts prevail.
Good game.
GG.
It was as though the scribes themselves stood by their side.
What's up, Shuriel Phoenix?
The
Karui?
light is done.
How are you two? Well played, you two. GG.
Until the stars align.
Well, let us know, chat, if there's anything you would like to see our players do for this next one, in terms of their characters, talismans, masteries, arenas, songs, even Titan Stars. All that stuff is fair game. My rotor as well, you snuck in there.
We need to get that fell swoops bug fixed.
We still haven't got... Yeah.
We have it fixed. No, we have
Yeah,
it.
I don't know
Just
why I
fix
don't have it implemented.
Yeah, we gotta.
I thought I did. Alright, Rotor is choosing Exiles. He says at least 2 different ones of Cur, Worm, and Harp. Okay.
So pick 2 of the 3? Is that what that means?
I think he means at least 2 of the 3. I mean, you could take all 3 of those between Cur, Worm, and Harp. But yeah, you need to have at least 2 out of those 3. Let us know if there's anything else we would like in addition to that. Otherwise, we'll leave the rest up to the players to figure out. Not immediately seeing anything, though. Oh, hold on. We have a song request from Anor. Okay. Looks like it's for, is it Glorious Tradition? Is that the one? Right? Path to Glory is Accusers. Yeah, then Glorious Tradition is Fate. Okay. Gotcha. Alright, so unless we have anything else, looks like we'll proceed with this right here. So at least 2 out of the 3 between a Cur, a Worm, and a Harp for both players.
The Pyre hearts shall now face
Hmm.
the chastity.
Okay.
Welcome.
Well then, we do find
Who
ourselves
shall conduct the rites?
at the Cairn of Aub, which is an arena that has been known for some particular gimmicks. Yeah, nowadays most of our players are playing on controller rather than keyboard mouse. There is actually one particular logistical reason why that is preferred. The game cannot have 2 players playing on keyboard mouse in multiplayer mode. You have to have at least one on controller. So if people are indifferent and could use either one, then we typically do encourage people to go the controller route just to make it a little bit easier to make sure we can get people in and not find ourselves getting caught with 2 keyboard mouse only players. Alright, so Core will start us off with Ruki. That is, of course, one of the Cur-Worm trio, or Cur-Worm-Harp trio, I should say, that was requested.
I'm gonna pick Harp Titan too, then I'm gonna cry.
Maybe I should then.
Oh no.
Shades, man.
She wasn't thinking about it until you said it.
That's why you don't pick curve first, kids.
Choose someone.
Alright, well, Nor does go Harp. It is not with Titan Tooth, as Core feared. Instead, it is with the Tailwind Crest for extra speed. It's full left side Harp, which means even more speed on top of the Harp Salute, allowing a Nor to switch places with Pamitha's closest teammate. Alright, so Core goes Speedy Ignarius. That is not from the 3 classes that were listed, so that means that Core will, with his last choice, either need to take a Harp or a Worm.
Of course you have to hide it.
Alright, and Nor takes a triple hopping Prayer Beads rookie, so he will come back even if he plunges. That means that Nor has now gotten already 2 of that Worm, Harp, Cur set, and therefore could take anything with her last exile. As we were saying, Core needed to take either a Worm or a Harp, and does take Gilman with his last choice. I believe it was an Exploding Gilman. It was.
Maybe I'm not gonna explode this match. You never know.
He has the talisman
Maybe.
for it. Maybe.
I'm just gonna be in the corner the whole time. Yeah, I'm just gonna use Demon the entire time. I'm not gonna even touch the request.
Well, Nor has already met the requirements for the request, so this last choice, she could take anything. No restrictions at all. Of course, she could volunteer for a Worm, but something tells me she is not about to do that. Instead, Nor opts for an Exploding Volfred. Not a talisman choice we tend to see her take with that, but we're off to the races here. It's Core with Iggy. Over to Rookie, he's down. Back with Iggy now, though, and he makes it in for a 30 damage plunge. No Prayer Beads for him, though, so he's gone in this round. That means a little more room for Nor to maneuver, and she makes it in for 20 damage from a Harp Plunge. She also was without Prayer Beads and therefore does not have Pamitha in this round. Rookie temporarily stopped. Nor gets rid of him, at least for the time being. Core said he wouldn't use the Worm, and there it is. Uses the Stunning Claim, well timed at that, made it impossible for anyone to move except for Ruki. So we technically had an uncontested run up to the Pyre there, which Core now follows up with a quick 13 damage throw from Gilman. Gilman back in possession here, and has that stunning claim, waits for Ruki's return. Wasn't quite as effective this time though, as Ruki bumped into one of those hockey pucks and slowed him down. And by that point, Anor was able to move again, able to defend. But now Core has it back. Iggy, banished. Ruki, on the other hand, will try his hand, give it up to Gilman, and he'll throw it in for 15. Anor, ooh, swiftly and sneakily maneuvers around the defender and in for 20 damage on that plunge from Pamitha. She's gone now, though. Up to Ruki this time. Banishes some of the defenders. Still gets blocked. It's Gilman again for Core. He explodes. Now Iggy, hiding in the corner behind those hockey pucks, tries to use them as a mobile wall, and might just be crazy enough to work. But he is blocked, and now banished. Ruki first to scoop up the orb, unable to make it past the opposing Ruki though. No one back defensively for Anor, so that means time for Core to throw this one in for 15, and that means Anor is now holding on with just 7 Pyre life. She does have Volfred. She may therefore have some rekindling, but I don't recall how much, if any, that might be. Barring that, of course, 1 score would be all that Core needs. Maybe about to test that theory here. But not quite, as Ruki is able to intercept that throw and then follow up with a plunge. Now he did have prayer beads, so Nor's still at full strength here. Switches into Ruki, and he'll follow up with another plunge. Ruki for Core this time, blocked and banished. Anor, Pamitha, stopped. Now Ruki banishes one defender, but gets banished by the second. Ruki for Core, trying to find his way through, although well shielded from Anor to fend that off. But then the explosion takes out 2 out of 3 of Anor's exiles. Ruki returns, here he is, has the runway to go flying into the Pyre with his triple hop. Core trying to follow suit, but instead it's Pamitha bulldozing her way in, and now suddenly 1 score might be all that Anor needs. But she's without Pamitha. Core still at full strength. Core does thread the needle with that throw, and there is the second life bar. It's 10. So Anor now with the rekindling gone. That means 1 score for either player would almost surely do the trick. So a sudden death match of sorts. Will it be Pamitha? Yes, it will.
Good game.
GG.
I thought for certain they would not.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, well, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Otherwise, at the very least, we'll just reset our song. And of course, last time we had that request for at least 2 out of the 3 between a cur, a harp, and a worm. We saw exactly 2 out of 3 from both players. Anor is following up with Customize off here, so that means randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. Don't want to have to think for this match. Well, yes, randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans won't even get to see what those things are in advance, just going to get thrown straight into the action. Oh goodness, it's getting tense. It's getting pretty tense in chat here. Alright, well I think we are ready, unless we have a song or an arena that we can get this one started. Core, take it easy now. Take it easy now. Alright, maybe it's best if we just get this next one started before these two break out into a virtual fist fight.
The Pyre Hearts
We're on the glade.
take on.
For
This
Core,
doesn't know the reference yet. It's okay.
for Core, it is Sap, a demon, and a worm. For Nor, it is also a demon and a worm, but it is a crone in the last spot. Other details to be determined. Okay, we saw, was that a Nor who activated that stunning claim from her worm? Looks like it. Oh, a Nor with a little bit of infernal worms there. I mean, it's a strong way to describe it when it's just one worm, but still.
The Pyre Hearts
Core, though,
are
is the one who's able to score with his worm, throwing that one in for 9. Trying to follow up with another one here, although that time the throw off the mark. Milda down. Jody narrowly avoids banishment. Not for long, though, except Mooncrest brings her back. Not that Core will need that, as this time he plunges. It does mean he's wormless. No Gilman in this round for him now. Milda trying to avoid Jody. Gets rid of the orb to set up a cast, although doesn't get rid of Jody, and Jody will just claim that orb on Core's behalf. Ooh, tried to sneak in that throw, but didn't really have the time or space to pull it off.
Way too greedy.
Instead,
Oh.
opts for the sap throw. Also did not have time for that, though.
I'm banishing those.
Is Paleth against Jodariel. Demon versus Demon. It is Vids Paleth who wins out, except Jody comes back quickly with the Mooncrest. Has already procced a few times for Core here. That is a pretty solid talisman for demons, as it gives them a chance to come back with just a 1-second banishment time, and demons usually have much longer than that before they return. With Customize off, of course, you're not usually getting a perfectly optimized team, but there is Mooncrest again! And yes, it is also banishing throws from Core's Volfred. Now Core defenseless, at least for the moment. Volfred does return, though. Can Nor capitalize on this opportunity?
Udmilda's not so scary now.
Core able to fend it off.
No.
Mooncrest once again activates. It looks like 100% proc chance at this point. Core must have gotten it already 5 times at this rate.
Well, now,
I think it's, what, a 60% chance? Or at least in theory it's supposed to be. Anor does pull off the stunning claim in time to make Vids Paleth the only exile capable of moving. Problem is, Vids Paleth was not really fast enough to take advantage of that. Does have the Brazen Manor, though, for the extra damage if she can make it in soon. Knocks back one defender, but loses the orb in the process. And has a bit of a window here, but I think at this point, the Brazen Manor has ended. Has Celestial Spike, and has Dying Flame. So those are a couple of interesting discoveries for Anor to make there. Got a little bit of extra damage, even if the Brazen Manor was no longer active, but Core will hit for a 13 damage throw now. Udmilda for Anor. She stopped. And now Vids Paleth gone as well. That means just Deluge back defensively. Worm against Worm. Anor tried to stunning claim, and it actually would have worked if Core was not already mid-jump. As Core once again whittling away at Anor's Pyre with a 12 damage throw here. May not come in big bursts, but those do start to add up. As it's Gilman again. Back to Jody. Gilman once more. Trying to dart his way around. He's unable to do so, but Jody is. And that, of course, is a much bigger chunk of damage. And now at this point, may see Core just need one more score. No saps, so no rekindling from those, but of course this is customized off. There's a chance Anor has an unexpected 20 rekindling from the RITE NITE talisman. There's no way of knowing that definitively, one way or the other. At least until it happens. There's the banishing throw from Volfred, able to take one victim there. sapling, taking another.
Thoroughly
Now Anor defenseless, we may be about to find out if she does have any of that rekindling.
and it is
She does not, so that throw will take the game.
hearts prevail. And what the
GG.
crushing victory it was.
Well played, you
The
two.
rite is complete.
That Crone was not very helpful that match.
Alright, well let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
Aquila! Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? How are you doing? We are doing some multiplayer Pyre. Hello, Raiders. How is everybody? We just finished up a match. Let us know if anyone has anything they'd like to see us do for the next one here. Otherwise, of course, if no one has anything in particular in mind, then we can just leave it up to the players to take whatever they'd like. Although, at the very least, unless we hear otherwise, we'll turn Customize back on so that the players can take whatever they'd like here. And then Aquila comes in and immediately turns Customize off. Alright, fair game. Fair play. Randomized Exiles, Masteries, and Talismans in that case. Maximum Chaos. Perfect. Well, we can also lock in an arena or a song if either of those things are of interest. Okay, well, Anor says we ought to do some Thrash Pack here. That can be arranged as well. Break out your Thrash Packs. Yup. Any particular arena, or will we take anything at this point? Not immediately seeing anything, so maybe we will leave that up to chance in that case. So let's hop in.
The Pyre Hearts
Okay, we're at the book.
versus
For Core,
Chastity.
it is Worm, Cur, Demon. For Anor, it is Demon, Harp, and Savage. And for Anor, that is no ordinary demon. That is Orlek. He has different stats than your typical demon. Most notably, he is quicker than your average demon. He does, however, also have considerably longer time to come back from banishment, but he is the one plunging here for 25 damage. Does mean he will now be out for this round, though, as Core answers with a 14 damage worm throw.
The orb is up.
Dalbert, for Core, has explosive temper, okay, so if he does get a banishment, it'll create a little bit of a burst, as we just saw there, that could potentially help Core banish multiple people with one cast. Seize Chance, after getting a banishment, gives extra damage, plus 10, for Core's Worm, so that's 25 rather than the usual 15 on that occasion from Deluge. Orlek goes on a banishing spree, but no one has claimed the orb. At least not until Orlek gets it back. Goes for the throw,
Orb sails
and it
forth
lands
to
here
the
for
fray.
20. Anor has to cut it a little bit short to get it off in time. But Anor does keep all of her exiles. His Paleth for Core. Couldn't quite make it through. Now Dalbert's turn. His throw is intercepted, and for a second there was an awful lot of space for Pamitha, although Core does get Deluge back. Seize Chance active once again. Means he gets much more value on that plunge. 25 on this occasion.
Now then,
Dalbert bides his time. Back to Deluge. Anor just happy to go into a defensive position here. Or trying to sneak through, but unable to make that happen. Now, Anor on the move with Orlek knocks back the defender, and that creates enough space for a 25 damage plunge from Orlek. Deluge. He's banished. Pamitha is blocked. Gets it back though, makes her move, and makes it in for 20. Now that means no Pamitha for Anor. Core finds an opening. Gets that worm throw off, good for 15, and at this point Anor down to 21 Pyre Life. It is possible for Core to finish this with one go. We've seen the Seize Chance from his worm on a few occasions. If that's active, it would be enough, as well as certainly any plunge from Vids the demon. Oh, and Anor has Brazen Manor, extra damage on Orlek, but couldn't quite make it through. Seize Chance active. for Core's Worm, which would be enough.
The fires
Did it expire? Oh no, he just had to cut it slightly short. Anor holding on with 4 Pyre life. Core back in possession, of course, at this point. Just about anything would do for Core. Doesn't need to be picky at this stage. Nora, on the other hand, needs to be careful. Here she is with the stowaway. Trying to hop around the defense. Gets rid of one of the defenders, but Core gets it back. And nearly got it in. Both players scrambling a bit here. Core takes a second. Gets back Vizpaleth. Now Deluge as well. Anor scoops it up with Orlek, though. Knocks back some of the defenders, gets the orb back. Can't quite find her way through. Does lose Orlek, and that's a full 30 seconds before he returns. Core's throw!
It is done.
And that
The
will
Pyre
take
hearts
the
fail.
match.
Good game.
The scribes themselves surely have taken note.
GG.
The rite is ended.
Well played, you two. Alright, we'll head on back.
Until the next rite.
But let us know if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. That was a customized off match. Randomized Exiles, Masteries, Talismans. Didn't even get to see what they were in advance. Just thrown straight into the action. So we'll reset to our defaults, but let us know if there is any particular thing we want to have for the next one. Otherwise, of course, we can leave it up to the players to take whatever they'd like. That works too. Not immediately seeing any requests for this one, though. Let us know if anyone has anything in mind, but otherwise we can always leave it up to the players. Anor says we ought to lock in Dread design for our song. Okay. Song locked in. Anything on top of that? Core is going to put us at the Glade of Liu. Okay. That's all I'm seeing at the moment. So why don't we roll with that?
The Pyre hearts shall take on the chastity. Welcome.
Alright, so up to the players.
Conduct the
They can
rites.
take whatever Exiles, Masteries, or Talismans they'd like. We've had a lot of customized off today.
Sir Gilman.
But this time, they do get the choice, and for Core, it is an Exploding Gilman in his lead spot.
Hey Core, any unexpected combinations that
No.
no one waits for? No.
I don't want to say anything about what I'm gonna have, but I would just say I would hate if you chose a bunch of presents. Please just don't choose like Sap, Demon, Imp. Just don't. I'm scared of it.
Is Core trying to trick us here? How much has he really told us about his team?
When do I ever trick anyone?
I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps that is yet to be determined. Core said he was hoping that Anor would not take high presence characters. And yet here she is, leading off with a nutrition stick Volfred, high presence, and increased mobility, extra blinking distance with that talisman. Has 10 rekindling, so Anor will have a small second life bar here.
You never said anything about taking Guardian Shield.
Yeah, I didn't say anything about it.
Core, his second choice will be Snadra, extra starting Pyre life, and I think I saw a Sacred Bond so that he can step on his teammates' portraits to bring them back from banishment.
She goes Fell Swoop.
goes Titan Tooth on Pamitha, so she will stun anyone that she flies into, and with Fell Swoop, she can create an explosion at the end of her cast. As Core takes False Step on the Stowaway, so if she is banished at the end of her jump, she will respawn from where she initiated that jump, which in combination with a Canned Singularity will suck in neighboring exiles like a vacuum cleaner, like a magnet, whenever that does end up happening, and chaos will ensue.
Unexpected.
Definitely did not see this coming the moment that Core requested this specific arena, because it is not as if he is trying to do this exact strategy every time we find ourselves at this arena.
That's not true. I don't do it every time, okay?
More often than not.
Sometimes I just like the glade, bro.
Sure, Core. Sure. Alright, Anor goes Webbed Lanthorn on Tamitha, so double harp for her. And any banishment she gets with Tamitha will bring back one of her team's exiles from banishment. There's the Stowaway, the center point, the focal point of Core's attack. She plunges straight in here, but that of course means she is now gone for this round. Anor with Pamitha. She flies straight in. She had that Titan Tooth, so Core perhaps hesitant to try to block her in the air. But now it is Pamitha who's gone for this round, and Core back with the Stowaway. Here is the Stowaway. And there is the False Step activating. The Stowaway respawning where she initiated her jump from. And once again, happens here. It seems like a strange gimmick, but as Core has proven on several prior occasions, if you commit your team to building around that dynamic, it is possible to make it quite effective. Anor momentarily defenseless, although gets some exiles back just in time to fend off against that Core attack. Tamitha. Volfred on the other side. Volfred gets into throwing range, does get it off for 14. Volfred first to the orb. Back to Pamitha. Titan Tooth stuns Core. Core, with a stunning claim, stuns everyone. And now we can move, and for Anor, now she can plunge. Good for another 20 damage. But now it is Pamitha once again gone, and Tamitha temporarily banished. Everyone temporarily banished, but Tamitha makes a timely return. Stowaway, that will activate False Step. So the Stowaway returned, although wasn't close enough to any of Anor's exiles to have that magnet effect take hold of them. But Core is able to follow up with, oh, a 15 damage throw there. Must have had the Seize Chance active for a little bit of bonus value. Tamitha bides her time, waits for her sister to return. Here she is. But does not have enough time to pass it back to Tamitha. So now it is Core. Stutter steps with the Stowaway. Stowaway still hiding in the corner there, for what it's worth. Anor was trying to wait to get some reinforcements, did not get them though, and so now, Core with an uncontested opportunity to throw that one in for 20. Tamitha down, so once again Anor with just one exile here, but the Titan Tooth stuns Core, oh, but Core once again answers with Stunning Claim to stun everyone. So canceling each other out a little bit in that way, but not enough to stop Anor from making it in here. Volfred suddenly by himself. He's especially elusive with that nutrition stick for the extra blinking distance. At least bides his time long enough for Tamitha to make a return. Stowaway tries to throw, but that throw is intercepted, and Volfred did return, only to be quickly banished. And that means Core once again the free opportunity to throw this one in for 20, and though Anor is down at 15 Pyre Life, she does have 10 Rekindling. So Core would need at least 2 scores here. And perhaps this will be one of them. there is the rekindling. Second life bar revealed, as we said, just 10. So it means at this point, now 1 score, potentially all the core would need. Fulfred, sneakily, goes behind the Pyre, charged up the throw, could have settled for about 20, but Anor was going big. It did not have enough time for a fully charged throw. And Core will punish her with the winning throw of his own.
So dangerous.
Good game.
GG.
Well, I didn't really showcase it that much because we had 2
ceremony
harps
is
and
complete.
guardian shields, so. But there was a few false steps.
There were definitely some false steps. There just weren't that many that combined with the canned singularity bottled void to get the full effect out of it. Alright, well, we'll head on back.
Until the stars align.
But let us know if there is anything we'd like to see for the next one. Otherwise, we'll set ourselves back to our defaults here.
I can maybe do 1 or 2 more, and then if people want to jump in, they can.
Okay. So heads up, people in chat, if anyone else wants to get in, Core is looking to swap out in the relatively near future. So if there is anyone who would like to participate, we may be looking to call on someone new in the relatively near future.
I can stay though if no one shows, but
Okay. Well, at least for now, we have still Anor against Core, so let us know if there is anything that we'd like to see for this one. Otherwise, if not, as always, we can just have the players take their preferred teams. Alright, not seeing anything from chat at the moment, though. Now, once upon a time, Bottled Void was quite literally considered by most to be the single worst talisman in the entire game, but Core came in, found a way to make use of it. But Anor's putting us on the boat here. Okay, we have not yet had a boat match today, so perhaps we are somewhat overdue. Of course, it is significant because it has slightly different physics compared to the other arenas, some boat magic, if you will. Which is good for every once in a while some ridiculous plays. So we'll have to keep an eye out for those. Is there anything else we'd like to combine with this, or are we looking for just the boat and nothing else? I'm seeing just boat here, so let's leave it at that.
The Pyre hearts shall now face the chastity. Welcome.
All right.
Who shall conduct the rites?
So up to the players. They can take whatever they want here. There are, of course, some classes that tend to benefit more from the altered physics, the boat magic, than others. So we'll see to what extent the players choose to embrace, or in Core's case, counter that, as he goes for the Titan Tooth on a harp. So he will stun anyone who flies into him, and since the notable thing about the boat is that it does send people flying further than usual, that is, well, something that we may see both players take here.
If I am not allowed to have fun, neither do you.
It's a bit of a fun police move.
no one is allowed fun on the boat. This is my territory. Including me.
Or we'll go with a speedy, offensive messenger imp here. Whereas Nor will go with a speedy Jodariel. Demons typically considered to be the class that benefits the most from being on the boat, although imps are sneakily a class that benefits quite a bit as well, as Core goes for Leech on Bertrude in the final spot. And Anor goes Webbed Lanthorn on Tizo. Alright, so here we go. It is a boat, right? But we may see a little less dramatic boat magic stuff as both players took the Titan Tooth on their harps to help combat some of the boat magic. But it's Anor getting us started with the 30 damage Demon Plunge. Maybe not the full-length arena jump we might have expected, but she'll take it. There is the Titan Tooth. There is some extra distance on those hops from Core's Imp coming from the boat magic, and Anor actually taking advantage of it a bit with the harp play, which we don't see very often. But it is Core plunging in here for 30 with his Crone. Little bit of extra mobility to help facilitate that 25 damage Imp plunge for Core.
A show of strength from the Chastity's rivals.
But now, Anor with a chance to answer. That's more what we are looking for here on the boat. A little off the mark, though, as both players Titan Tooth, but Anor uses the Harp Salute to switch characters and avoid the stun, for the most part. Anor with a dangerous portal position. And Jody near the opposing Pyre, but Core with the Titan Tooth stun. So Anor unable to move for a minute there. Core using that opportunity to turn defense into offense. And now it's Core stunning with Titan Tooth and then switching out into a different exile and getting a throw off here. Just a quick little 11 damage from his Crone. Core first to the orb. Gives it up to Anor. Anor will take it. Core will win it back. Core banished. Anor eyes the Jody jump. And nearly had it as well. Core with a relatively dangerous portal does look to use it here. But Anor was ready. Now, however, the portal perhaps in an even more dangerous position, as it is nearly an automatic score if Core is to win the orb back here, unless that portal is relocated. Or if Anor can score, as she does here, resetting the portal position. Core with a big leap through the puddle with his Imp, courtesy of the boat physics. As we said, 25 damage, a more offensive setup, as both players get Titan Tooth stunned, and both players switch into a different character to avoid that stun. Jody blocked in front of the Pyre. Core now sneaks under the defender and in for 20 damage on that plunge. And now Anor sitting on 24 Pyre life. Core does have enough damage with both his Imp and his Crone to finish it with one score here in that case. But it is Anor who's threatening at the moment. Core able to fend it off for the time being, but Anor follows up, applying extra pressure by sending her demon through the portal, and with enough time to throw that one in safely for 30 damage, but now Anor just out of range. Just out of reach for one score from Jodariel. She'd need a little bit more, because Core is now holding on with one Pyre life. But Core does have enough damage still to finish with the one score, and that Imp does have enough. So Core, with one Pyre life left, says, that's all I need.
She was one short, I was one too many.
That's true. Core had 25 damage when Anor had 24 life. And Core had one life left. Well, GG. Well played, you two.
Until the next rite.
Alright, well let's reset ourselves here. Let us know if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one, and let us know if anyone else wants to get in, because I think Core was saying he was considering swapping out in the relatively near future. So if anyone is interested in taking Core's place, I think that is fair game at this stage. And Nor can also either swap out or stay, so yeah, in that case, we could have one or even two people swap in if people are interested. And I suppose if people are concerned about level of play, then, we could get two relatively new people in that case, and maybe that makes it a little more palatable. Curious to see. I mean, that's one of the things, of course, that comes with the Pyre campaign, is losing is not game over. Even repeated losing still develops the plot in new and unique ways. But it sounds like even if we don't have anyone else looking to get in here, these two are still able to go for a little while longer, and Core says, in that case, why not head back to the Isle of Kalamer? So we have an arena. Interesting. I mean, you could make a case for a lot of the opposing exiles. Most of them do have fairly reasonable reasons why they want to be liberated, with maybe one or two exceptions. Alright, I'm only seeing Isle of Kalamer here. iRotor says Lendl did nothing wrong. Alright, well, let's get this next one started, as we will debate in chat which of the opposing team captains are most deserving of liberation.
The Pyre hearts shall confront the chastity. Welcome. Who shall conduct the right?
Honor says maybe Delbert. Core will get us started here. He'll go for a power casting Snadra. How is this even a question, Honor says? Clearly, it has to be Delbert, right? Well, Honor will answer with a power casting Nomad of her own. Delbert was a good cur. This is true. I think you will get few arguments on that. It's a bit of a mirror match thus far.
No, my Nomad's better.
Core says Snadra over Headwind. Any day, every day.
There you to go 3 nomads.
Well, good luck with that, because I'm taking Guardian Shield.
I think technically speaking, I've heard that in the code or something like that, it is technically listed as May with an M. Although, usually I refer to her as the Stowaway as an alternative name to avoid the debate. Just so that we don't have to litigate that every time we play. But yeah, if there is such a thing as a canon choice, then technically speaking, there's the strongest case to be made for May. Although, of course, for the most part, it's supposed to be open-ended, so...
She's just copying me. Okay.
It's
Not allowed.
Nutrition Stick Volfred from Honor.
That's how you want to play.
No, I didn't say that.
Like, you're not exile. Choose wisely.
Whatever you take here, we may very well see Honor take as well. Core goes for a speedy Tizo. Will Honor continue to follow suit? is Tizo.
Disgusting behavior that is shown on the screen right now.
Anor threatening to use Titan Tooth, the stunning talisman.
Tooth on a imp.
Oh, hold on though. This is,
Nah,
this
you
is
can
almost
do
a
it.
war crime.
No, do the imp, do the imp, do the imp. I don't want, no.
Instead, Anor goes for a speedy Palmas. Alright, so a double sap setup for Anor then. Lots of auras between the saps and saplings in all likelihood. Kor's plan was, we assume, to jump forward with
That's not
Snadra
allowed.
and then switch over to Volfred with his team shield to protect Snadra as she forays forward. But with all those sap and sapling auras in and around the Pyre, perhaps much more difficult for Kor to make such attacks. Anor hopping around, those extra distance blinks. Here is Snadra. There is the team shield. This is the strategy, but there are all the auras, making it far more difficult to execute. Although Kor that time very nearly pulled it off to great effect. But the saplings making it hard for Kor to get that orb back, even when there was no one back defensively for Anor. Snadra causing some trouble with those power casts, and the orb inadvertently hits Anor's Pyre and bounces back out. Well shielded from Kor. Volfred returns just in time, and Kor cannot buy a score.
All of the chastity gone.
Until finally, he is able to throw it in. Impressive defensive showing from Anor, but eventually the levee does break.
No.
Or eyeing the portal, but so is Anor. Well shielded, well. Anor able to protect one of her exiles, the other two did go down. Anor not looking back on the attack here. Throw, however, is slightly short. Or ventures forward and is able to make it in this time round much more easily. Big power casts from both of the power casting nomads.
Okay.
But Anor able to shield it off. Or trying to lock down the orb with the sapling. Move into a more attacking position. Or at least one where he can more consistently get those power casts off. But he loses Snadra. Now it's Anor trying to pull off the same strategy, but Kor's sapling is now doing what Anor was doing before. And from that range, oh, for a second there you thought that sap throw might have actually been unblockable. It can be unblockable from some range. Shield from Anor. Kor, defenseless here. And Anor able to plunge for 20, also leech back 10 Pyre life. Snadra does pull off the shield. That's the combo Kor is looking for. It worked that time, but it has not been easy for him to do that with any sort of consistency. Headwind for Anor, perhaps Anor trying to do to Kor what he just did to her, but isn't quite able to make it happen. But now, no one back defensively. However, with Numbing Gust active, Anor unable to use any special abilities, including sprinting. So instead, she chose to wait for Kor to get someone back. But at that point, Anor was unable to do anything, and Kor, through his portal, gets a quick score here. At this point, one score potentially enough to at least eliminate Anor's starting Pyre life. But of course, with two saps in her team, very likely has at least a somewhat significant amount of rekindling here. Snadra trying to pester Anor, but Volfred continues to venture forward. Does go down, and Snadra is able to banish, but gets banished herself. The Imp's moving the orb ever so slightly there, and Kor does have the range to throw in from there. Does eliminate Anor's starting Pyre life, but as we said, it is a significant amount, 60 Pyre life on her second life bar. Tizo flies around, sets up a dangerous portal. If Core gets it back, that is just about a guaranteed score unless Anor can re-banish Tizo and resets where that portal is placed. Core's eyeing it, instead goes for the throw, and does get it off here for 15. That shield lasted just long enough to protect Snadra, at least on the first go-round. Core scoops it back up. Snadra. Shield doesn't work for her on that occasion. Oh, but the sapling deflects Anor's cast. Anor defenseless here, and Core, a little bit of BM, then throws it in for the full 25.
Oh, you just...
One more score, potentially all that Core needs, because we are now onto Anor's second life bar. Anor does have some leech potential if she can score with Headwind, but as we see here, Headwind is now gone. In fact, everyone is now gone for Anor. So opportunity for Core here to finish it. Ooh, but Core not quick enough. Anor now able to recover defensively, except he goes through the portal and in for the winning plunge. GG.
Overwhelmed their adversaries utterly.
Well played, you two.
The rite is ended.
Alright. Well, let's head on back.
Sorry, I got a little giddy there. Too excited.
Let us know, chat, if if anyone else wants to get in. I think both players have volunteered to swap out at this point. Otherwise, if not, if there's anything we would still like to see between these two, then let us know and we can start setting that up. Otherwise, we'll at the very least reset our arena. Not immediately seeing anything, either in terms of other people looking to get in or in terms of specific requests, until Anor comes in with another customize off. Randomize Exiles Mastery's Talismans. No worries, Karui, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. Catch you around. Alright, well of course Customize Off does cover for almost everything, so unless there's a specific arena or a specific song that we are looking for, then this may be just about everything we're looking for. But yeah, if anyone else wants to get in, let us know. Happy to make room for people. I think both players have said they've played long enough at this point, they are happy to swap out. But it looks like, at least for now, we may be running another Customize Off between Core and Anor. So why don't we get this one started? This time, we're at the Fall of Solium. For Core, that is Savage, Nomad, and was that a Worm in the last spot? Yes. For Nor, it is also a Savage, a Worm, and a Crone in the last spot for her. Here is Gareth, the most stylish man in the downside, but he's blocked. Almer for Core, banished. Okay, Core does have Sacred Bond, so he can bring back Almer by stepping on his portrait, as he did there.
The orb is taken.
Almer back on it here. His throw intercepted. Anor has an Exile hanging out on the other side of Core's Pyre, and Gareth sneaks in for that 20 damage throw.
Now imagine if Core actually had Bottle Void and
yeah.
Signing Blade.
Do I have? As I was checking, I have Web Feet.
Oh, true. He basically has
I literally
the team that he would like to take. His
I don't-
can singularity setup.
The flame is stricken.
That's the first
Everything
thing I
except
noticed.
can singularity itself, as Core throws this one in for 15.
Well, I don't know if I have full step. I have. Oh, I can't have full step because I have.
Oh, you have extra throwing damage, or at least
Yeah.
damage of some variety, as
So
we
I
can see
have,
here.
I have more range though. So that means I don't have full step.
Now,
Oh, well, that time. Ulmer's throw intercepted, although he's not done yet.
Ulmer
Okay, it's Dying Flame was the source of that extra damage, so if Core is behind, he deals more damage, but now that is no longer the case. Also, no Ulmer in this round, after he plunged. Core, back here with Snadra.
No.
Anor with an opportunity to counter here, but Bertrude was not quick enough. Lady River trying to get back Snadra, and does, only for Snadra to be quickly banished once again, only to be brought back quickly once again. It's a bit of a deja vu here. No, you are not going crazy. Snadra has come back in the same spot about 5 times now.
No.
Gareth off to the races, and he's in to finally break the cycle.
I wanted to throw it, be there forever and throw it in. It doesn't allow me to. I get no fun.
Lady River again for Core has an opening here. Oh, does Anor have Stubborn Flame? She does. So Core with just 5 damage here.
5 throws.
Bro, I'm gonna win.
Ooh,
with just my work.
Gareth banished just before he makes it in.
Totally going to.
I can't do that this time. You know what I realized? Webbed Feet is so good against Chrome, actually.
Well, Core defenseless here, and this Crone got the throw off in time to land for 30, and that means one more of those. And unless Core has an unexpected source of rekindling, that's all that Anor would need. Anor does have 30 damage from Bertrude, as we just saw.
I missed.
And it could be right here. Oh, Anor looked for the Crone
shit.
salute to see if she could transform all of Core's
I didn't
exiles
have it,
into
I
defenseless
forgot.
howlers. Did not have it.
She jumped, right?
I did.
Yeah, she jumped, but she got snagged on the little.
Gareth makes it in. That's good for 20. Not enough yet, but now at this point, just about anything would do for Anor. She is Gareth-less, though, which is a tragedy in its own right.
quite the close call there, no?
Oh, Core checking for his salute. He does not have one. Gareth, or rather, Ulmer for Core. His throw intercepted. Deluge gonna have to do it himself, only he's quickly banished. Time now for Core. 28 damage as he was behind, so he gets the extra damage and does still have that extra damage. So he is still behind, so he would have enough damage from Ulmer to finish this with just 1 score. Obviously, same can be said for Anor with any of her exiles, so this is technically sudden death, just Core needs to be picky. Anor does not. Anor with Bertrude! And there it is.
The chastity prevail.
GG!
Perhaps a stroke of fortune ought to be thanked.
Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
Oh, Curse is impossible with Stubborn Flame, that's true. Well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
She beat me, chat. I need to give up this game.
Alright, well, let us know if either anyone would like to get in for this one, or if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. And no worries, Phoenix, if you're not in the mood, that's totally fine. But if there is anyone else who would like to get in, then let us know. Happy to make some room for you. Otherwise, if not at the moment, we do not have any requests, so we can just leave it up to the players. But if there is anything you would like to set people up with, then let us know. Not seeing anything here though, so maybe we'll jump back in for this one and just have the players take whatever they want. That certainly works.
What do you want to see, Lids?
What do I want to see? Usually I just go with whatever class we haven't seen too much of yet today. Is there a class that's flown under the radar thus far?
I think it's all been shown, at least.
Is there something that's kind of a little less representation? It's been pretty diverse thus far today.
I think, actually.
Pretty spread out.
Okay, we're gonna do my fat Pamitha.
Alright, Pyre takes the extra presence on a fell swoop Pamitha.
Oh no, I should have done the other one. Can we reset? That's fine.
Is he at the harp or what?
A different talisman.
I mean, if Core wants to reset, I don't mind.
Anor's fine with it if you want to reset Core, sounds like. We can lock in the arena if you want.
Thank you.
But the song is gonna be different.
But we don't know what the song was.
I know. But we'll never know what it was supposed to be.
Shall take on the chastity. Welcome.
It's not the same.
Who shall conduct the rites?
No, I can't be Pamitha. What can you do?
It was thorned knots that Core was looking for. What, the difference there being the width of the aura versus the length of the cast?
Yeah.
And so we
And
went for the length of cast
Presence
instead.
also affects the width of the cast as well.
Okay. Anor also goes harp, though in her case it is a speedy Pamitha. Web Lanthorn Messenger Imp for Core. Prayer Beads Rookie for Anor. Quick Throwing, Numbing Gust Manly, no Rekindling, notably. And Web Lanthorn Super Portal Tizo in the final spot for Anor. There is the range on the harp cast that we just saw from Core, though Anor nearly snuck through. That is a scary sight to behold. Anor still almost able to jump her way through with Rookie. Core once again back in possession and trying to get aggressive with his harp, but Anor, now with her harp, thwarted that attack. Core moving in with Manly. Oh, but Anor returning the favor with a harp cast of her own. Rookie nearly snuck through there. In fact, got it back. right next to the Pyre, and nearly did so once more. Core, Zaxiana. Got the banishment, but forgot about the orb. Now has it. And now throws it for 15. Anor. Just barely avoiding these big fell swoops. Takes long enough to get Ruki into what was an attacking position until he got banished, but meanwhile, Anor flies over the cast and in for 20. Now Anor has no Pamitha here. And has no one back defensively. So Core able to throw this one in for 15. Pamitha returns for Anor, only to quickly be banished. Manly getting aggressive here, but Anor still able to recover. Pamitha, infinite stamina after going through the portal, but that's not enough to avoid Manly. Manly trying to inch forward, get into throwing range perhaps. He would be now. And with that quick throw, gets the 25 damage off in a rapid fashion. Ruki, just waiting for his moment, build up a head of steam. But he was stunned and blocked, and then Core able to quickly counter. 20 damage throw of his, coming from the harp. And it has been a whole lot of harp, as this time it's 19 on the throw, which means Nor's holding on with 6. Which of course would be enough for any of Core's exiles to finish the job. And Nor defenseless here. So there it is.
The game.
The Fire Hearts prevailed.
GG.
They vastly outperformed their adversaries.
Well played, you two.
The ceremony is complete.
Alright, well let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
Once again, let us know if anyone else wants to swap in, or if anyone has any particular things that they would like to see for the next one. Okay, yeah, and it's getting late for Nor, so I know the players volunteered to swap out a little while ago, but said they were okay to hang around for a little while longer if no one else was interested, but at this point, we are approaching the time when, well, they just need to leave, regardless. So, we may be more in need of finding someone to take at least one of the players' spots in the relatively near future then. So, this may, in that case, end up being our last one between Core and Anor. So Anor does need to swap out soon. So I suppose if there is anything in particular that we really want to see between these two before the night is through, this might be our last chance to make that happen. Oh, look at that. Then Anor comes in with the 0 mastery request. No skills for any exile for either player. Is there anything else we'd like to see in addition to that? Or is that all? Yeah, you know, I kinda anticipated we might have been headed there. No masteries and no talismans. Anything on top of that? Oh, hold on. She's also choosing exiles. And it's bot time. Okay. So it is randomized. That means we'll take a look in just a second. But we will see what the selections are in advance, unlike with, say, customize off. Order in which they appear does matter. And for Anor, she got Zaxiana, Udmilda, and then Gareth. So Harp, Crone, Savage. Then Kor will also get Udmilda, Gilman, and then, got a second Udmilda, so he'll re-roll that into Dalbert. So in his case, Crone, Worm, and then Kerr. No masteries, no
Oh,
talismans.
okay. Never mind. I thought you got Orlek for a second.
No. That's, Gareth, Orlek's
That's
brethren.
rough.
Okay, so at that point, I mean, I guess we could still do an arena, we could still do a song, if either of those are of interest, but everything in terms of the team composition is established at this point. Not seeing anything on top of this, though, so, I mean, we certainly still have quite a bit to see for this next one. And by quite a bit, I mean not a lot in terms of talismans or masteries. That can certainly spice things up. Let's see how the players adapt, and I believe I hear a boat.
The chastity. Welcome.
Alright, well, we know exactly what the players are going to take here. Remember, it does need to be exiles in the order that they appeared on that selection. So it's Udmilda first for Kor. We also saw Udmilda for Anor, but I think that was one of her latter exiles. It's Zoxiana first, in her case.
Sir
So
Gilman.
then Gilman for Kor. Second one for Anor. That's where Udmilda comes in. And Dalbert, last spot for Kor, and Anor, last one is Gareth. Alright, so here we go. No masteries, no talismans, so a bit of a slower pace, one would expect, for this match. Though the boat might have something to say about that. As Kor able to get a throw off here for 11. But it does tend to make these types of matches more strategic, more deliberate. The players need to be careful. It's harder to get a quick score unless you leap over the puddle like that and in for 25, as Kor just did.
The orb is up. Oh.
But considerably fewer tricks that the players can pull off here. So it usually takes more strategery to break through, but now it's Anor answering Kor's previous Udmilda plunge with an Udmilda plunge of her own. And now following up with a 20 damage Zoxiana plunge.
Shall the chastity
Crone versus Crone. Kor wins that duel. Retreats. And charges up the throw, but I don't think was going to have that range, nor was able to get the banishment anyway. Gareth charges up a big jump, but he's banished. Dalbert against Udmilda. Now Udmilda against Udmilda. Kor's throw has that range. Wow. I will admit, I did not expect Kor to be able to pull that off.
You guys gotta know your maps.
Gareth, now by himself. Zoxiana returns just as Gareth loses it.
An interesting exchange.
Zoxiana now blocked. Gets it back though.
Ouch.
Blocked again.
The orb is
Retrieves again. Blocked once more. Until Kor eventually gets it back and nearly able to leap in with Udmilda, as the Crones have been pretty key here, as it is once again a Crone plunge, this time from Anor.
the Pyre heart.
And remember, those Crones, when they don't have the masteries, only deal 25, never 30 damage. So, with 30 Pyre life, Anor would still need to score twice to deplete all of Kor's Pyre, and of course, same goes for Kor against Anor's Pyre.
Sir Gilman's
As
aim was
Core able to throw in for 15 here. So now Core would have enough with Udmilda, but only Udmilda. Does he try to force the issue here? Oh, opportunity perhaps. As Anor may have overcommitted defensively, but still able to recover in time. Core chooses not to pick up the orb, at least not initially. Does not have enough damage with either Dalbert or Gilman. Does he try to force the issue here with Udmilda?
indeed.
Does Anor instead answer with a crone plunge here, and now anything would do for Anor, but of course she is now without Udmilda. Numbers advantage for Core.
Positively brutal.
Gareth avoids the first defender, gets some stamina back, charges up the jump, but may not have anywhere to go here. As he eventually does go down. Udmilda. Hesitation move. Loops around the other way. As we previously established, Udmilda does have the range from there, but she doesn't need the throw. She'll plunge in for the win.
A narrow victory, yet
GG.
nonetheless
Sorry for me screaming in probably your earphones.
thus end this night's proceedings.
Well played, you two. All right.
Until the next right.
Let's head on back, and Anor, do you need to swap out now?
I can stay for a couple more
A
minutes.
couple more? Okay. Well, I think the invitation remains open if there's anyone who would like to jump in. Okay, Rotor says he can jump in for a bit. Rotor, are you ready to hop in right now? In which case, it sounds like we could have you take Anor's place. If that works for you too.
GG's Anor.
Jeez, it was fun.
Alright, I am taking this to mean iRotor is available right now, and thank you for stopping by, Anor. Good to have you, as always. Invite should be on its way, iRotor. And I think if there is anyone else who wants to get in, I think Core was also volunteering to swap out, so let us know if there's someone else who'd also like to play. If you guys could just confirm, I assume that is probably iRotor on player 2 here. There we go. Okay. Let me update your information.
I'm of course, as you would guess, player 3.
Oh, obviously. Let's see, you are
And
not...
Core is as player 1, of course, controller 2.
Yeah. For what it's worth, that is usually the way that it plays out. I think that is the most common way that the controller scheme on remote play chooses to characterize itself. Alright, well this of course will be iRotor's first match of the day, so up to you guys as to whether you want to give iRotor the chance to warm up with a simple, straightforward match, or if you want to throw him straight into the madness, the chaos. The choice is yours. Not seeing anything at the moment though, so in that case, maybe we will keep it simple here, at least initially. So let's jump in.
Wait, did
Oh.
you reset masteries and stuff?
Oh, what are you talking about?
Vids.
What are you talking about? Of course I remembered to do that.
Vids can't do his job. Someone fire him. Who do you work for, Lids? I need to talk to your manager.
The Pyre Hearts shall now face the withdrawal. Welcome.
Alright, so no requests from chat.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Up to you to determine who shall conduct the rites. So Core will select Nutrition Stick Volfred, extra blinking distance. As Rotor starts with a speedy Vizpaleth. Core then goes Ninja Stowaway with the quick throws. And now double Demon from my Rotor as he goes with a quote-unquote meta Jodariel, quick banishing throws for her. And now banishing throws from Ulmer, a second Savage, for Core. As Rotor finishes with a Webbed Lanthorn Super Portal Raji. Bit of a stalemate in the middle there. Surprised to see neither of the exiles get banished, as Core just barely able to get the throw off with enough range. It's 18 damage, slightly less than his maximum there. Rotor looking to knock back those defenders with the Demon Jump, wasn't quite able to do so safely, as he did lose Vizpaleth in that exchange. Core blinking in with the Nutrition Stick, and throwing it in for 12. Once again, a momentary stalemate. As Core able to teleport back to the orb and does have the banishing throws. But this time he's throwing it in for 10 damage. Banishing throw, but that time it is once again a score for 13 this time. Core trying to repeat that strategy, but Rotor was up to the task this time. The Stunning Claim does, or rather the Numbing Gust does slow down Rotor, but has that extra movement speed coming from the Tailwind Crest, which I think was a difference maker there. Otherwise may not have been able to make it in time, while he was unable to sprint. All of Rotor's exiles banished here. Orb inadvertently hit Rotor's Pyre, bounce back out, but Core still with enough time to throw this one in for 20. And we've seen this exact opening play out on a few occasions now. The outcome has not always been the same, as here is the infinite stamina that Rotor's been looking for. Quite a scary sight when the demons pick that up. As Rotor may have been thinking about setting up there, but Core started to apply some pressure. Made it a little bit less feasible to make it happen. Core locks down the orb with that sapling. And banishes one of the defenders with a throw, but this time unable to get the score afterward. There is the infinite stamina that Rotor was looking for, but Core puts down the sapling just in time to place down the roadblock. Oh, but there, Rotor knocks back all the defenders and gets a textbook Demon Plunge. Core, however, sneaky with that big blink from Nutrition Stick and sets up 13 damage throw from his sap. There's another big blink. This time, the sap throw, and from some ranges it is unblockable, although I'm a little surprised that was the case from that far back. Core ultimately banished and then tried to teleport to the orb, only to be banished again. It's Vizpaleth who ends up with it, and has to cut the throw a little bit short, but Rotor settles for 21, and at that point, that is in range for either of his demons to finish it with one score. Core throws for 18, and now same could be said for Core. Any of his exiles would have enough damage now. So a bit of a sudden death match at this point. Unless, of course, Core has some rekindling coming from Volfred, which I don't remember, but it won't matter here, as Coral able to throw it in for the win.
Good game.
Not sure
They
why the
somehow
demon didn't
managed
catch
to
the
scrape
throws.
by despite their adversaries' efforts.
You mean against the sap?
I
The
mean,
right
the
is
throw,
done.
like the sub throw isn't unblockable
Right, yeah, at the end tail end.
at the end, so.
Yeah, that was a bit
Maybe
of a strange
it
one.
was too high or it was too low. One of the. Either it was an unblockable range or the throw went under. Not sure.
Well, we'll head on back. What's up, Kelsier? How's it going?
The orb race, dude, was so close so many times. Like,
That was, we had
I got-
quite literally
I got added there
identical
so many times
openings,
with
like
Zach.
5 times in a row.
Not sure. I mean, if you grab the orb, you don't have the aura. But if you teleport beside the orb, I guess you have some counterplay because then you can land outside the aura, and then you have to field and stuff like that. It's not. I think that exchange is not as easy.
All right.
Did you see that time I double sudden grasped on one orb?
Hmm?
Yeah, it was strange. Did you jump on one?
I
or-
don't know. I have to go watch that.
I
Back.
did not see that.
I sudden grasped and then I think I must have passed and then sudden grasped again.
Huh. No, I didn't catch it. All
It
right.
was not
well,
necessarily very good at the moment, but
but it was
the
interesting.
fact that it's an option.
Yeah.
Some vengeful vow strat. Oh wait, it doesn't work on Savage.
All right. Well, let us know, chat, if there is anything we would like to see for the next one. Otherwise, we can just leave it up to the players. That was our Rotor's first match. He's had his warm-up now. So we can throw anything at these guys. They can handle it at this point. And we didn't have any requests for that previous one, did we? I don't think so. So perhaps we're overdue. Though not seeing anything request-wise, at least not at the moment for this one, so maybe chat's feeling a little bit merciful at the moment. Letting you guys off easy. Alright then.
The Pyre Hearts
Oh.
shall now face the withdrawn.
Oh.
Welcome.
Alright then.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Well, there's no requests from chat. However, as we were saying before, there's a bit of a correlation between this arena and a certain setup, although perhaps we may see a deviation from that setup as Core goes for a harp in his lead spot for the extra range casts with the Thorned Knot. Speaking of extra range casts, that's also what Rotor gets there from the Solium's Horn on Jodariel. That's interesting. That is 2 different ways to achieve much the same result. As Core will now go Power Casting Snadra in slot number 2. Rotor once again going double demon. It's a meta Ignarius. Has the quick banishing throws. Now Core will keep it simple. Web Lanthorn Messenger Imp. Rotor will similarly go Web Lanthorn on Raji, but with super portals.
Now begin. The orb.
Jody. Trying to create some space here. Core. Not so willing to give it up. Rotor continuing to apply a lot of pressure here, banishing many of Core's defenders. Core wins it back after a dangerous fell swoop.
Glorious.
Big power cast from Snadra, though. A lot of casting-oriented, at least talismans, in this match, so I think we will see a lot of those types of exchanges. Oh, unfortunate timing for my Rotor. Goes out through the portal right as Core was casting there. Unexpected way to get banished. Core takes his time and nearly allowed iRotor enough time to get some defenders back, though.
Poor Jodarian.
Saxiana. iRotor takes care of her. Looking to take care of Messenger Imp with that Celestial Spike throw.
Not quite.
Instead, does so with Saxiana. Oh, hold on, I take it back.
Not much force of
As
will
Core
behind
somehow
the thrust.
gets the quick defensive stop and turns it into offense. From what, for a minute there, looked surely to be an iRotor score. Iggy just off the mark on that Celestial Spike. Allowing Zaxiana to continue to mess with iRotor's team here. Now just Messenger Imp. Of course, though, with Web Lanthorn, he's able to bring back more of Core's teammates. Now Core back at full strength. iRotor with just Raji. Though now iRotor demonstrating the effectiveness of the Web Lanthorn. But it is ultimately Core, able to fly around the defenders and in for a 20 damage Harp Plunge.
Withdrawn's adversaries gain.
It means no Zaxiana now,
The orb is up.
and she was a pretty big factor in that previous round. Snadra, though, trying her best to take Zaxiana's place as the primary caster. I rode her through that portal
Demon's aim was true.
and gets 25 damage on that demon throw.
Shall the withdrawn further press their luck? Ignatius banished.
Zaxiana against Raji. Raji wins out, then loses out to Messenger Imp. Core back with Zaxiana. Sacrifices Messenger Imp. Infinite stamina on Iggy. Oh, and he goes on a spree here. Banishes one defender and then rampages in for a 30 damage plunge.
One triumvirate stands
And now
on
I
the
wrote her
roster.
defenseless. Core with time to choose how he wants to score. Does have time for Snadra, and that is his most valuable score, because it's 20 damage, which is tied for the most, but also 10 leech for a net of 30. So that presence of mind does pay off for Core.
Now to the flame.
Snadra again. Over to Messenger Imp, but he goes down. Jody knocks back Snadra. Blocked, although then banishes two of Core's exiles, but Core still able to stop iRotor. Infinite stamina on Iggy. Does get the throw off here. It's the full 30. And that means Core down to 25. So one more full damage demon score, or even just near full damage, is enough for iRotor at this stage. He is now demonless. Web Lanthorn, though, brings back Jody. Core needs to respect the threat of a Jody or Ignarius plunge. Here comes Ignarius. He is cut off. Core, though, sees a little bit of an opening here.
Splash.
Able to throw it in for 6.
That's it.
Messenger Imp. Perhaps Core waiting for reinforcements, though takes the orb closer to his Pyre. If iRotor were to win it back there, that would have proven very dangerous, very costly. Core still in possession. Well, was. Until now. Core defenseless here. Iroder opts for the throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Might have needed to settle for a plunge there. That's all he would have needed, so being banished in the next round would have been a non-factor. Iroder to save time to go through the portal. Does get the infinite stamina. Does get the banishment. But Core gets the defenders back just in time to make the stop. Iroder, maybe this time, will have better luck. But he's shoulder smashed from Snadra. Core has a dangerous portal as well. Oh, but it gets moved just as he goes through it. Iroder, with the orb right next to Core's Pyre, finishes the job.
The withdrawn prevail.
GG.
And such a well-conducted victory it was.
Well played, you two.
I don't know how I died on my harp that in one of the last rounds. When I hit your demon next to my Pyre.
I don't recall. But well played, you two.
Until the stars align.
Alright, well let us know if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Setup-wise. I think we've had a couple now where we've just left it up to the players to take whatever they want. Could, of course, continue to do that, if that is of interest. Otherwise, we can specify specific exiles, masteries, talismans, arenas, songs. We can even turn customize off, of course, as we have seen on several prior occasions today, to maximize the chaos. We do have Never to Return. In fact, we have several versions. Do you have a preference? Basically, no worries. We have a version for each of the teams, and then we have the quote-unquote old Never to Return. No preference, anyone? Nightwings? Okay, gotcha. We can do that. Okay. So song is set. Anything we want in addition to that? Or will that be all? It is a great song. Lots of great versions of it. Not seeing anything. Oh, hold on, there absolutely is something else. We are turning customize off for randomize exiles, masteries, and talismans. Alrighty then. I was about to speak too soon. Okay, well in that case, we could still do an arena, but basically everything else we've locked in here. So let me know if there is an arena that you'd like. Otherwise, we are just about good to go here.
I think this might be my last right.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, in that case, let us know if there is anyone who would like to take Core's place after this one. I know our rotor said he was not able to stick around for all that long either, so we may look to wrap things up soon, but we would probably like to, at the very least, get a liberation rite in of some variety before we call it a night altogether. But I suppose there are worse ways to wrap things up, in this series at least, between Core and iRotor. So let's get this one started.
The Pyre Hearts versus...
Okay, for Core, it's double Crone and a Worm. For iRotor, it is Sap, Cur, and Imp. Let's see what else we can learn about these teams, as Core is defenseless for several seconds at this point, which gives enough time for iRotor to throw that in for the full 25. Core does have the extra 30 starting Pyre Life. I believe that came from one of his masteries. Does Core have Can Singularity? I think he might. I think he actually might. Oh, 1 second. Okay, there we go. Sorry. For some reason, the game tabbed out, kinda, sorta. I'm pretty sure that Core has Can Singularity on Deluge. As Core's throw slightly off the mark there, iRotor through his portal does not have a super portal, notably, which means does not get the infinite stamina after going through it. Core now able to throw it in for 11. Core moves in for a Crone throw, once again for 11. iRotor, unable to do anything with it on that occasion. Core, he's coming quick with those worms. iRotor, much slower progression with the sap. The Kerr has some speed, of course. Here is Rookie. He has at least 2 jumps. And that's all he needs here. He's now gone for this round. Raji on a bit of a vanishing spree, but now just Manly back for iRotor. Raji makes his return, though. Raji starts moving in, so does Manly. Raji goes down, as does Manly. iRotor momentarily defenseless, although Raji comes back just in time, and we saw Infernal Bloom, I think, on one of Core's exiles. But iRotor able to get a quick worm plunge that also brings back Rookie, who has now plunged. Oh, but Stubborn Flame, I suppose. With 2 Crones, there was a decent chance one of them would have it. For Core, I mean, there's a chance that both of them have it, which, of course, with Customize off, we don't really know. If it were up to Core, he would never voluntarily do so, because it's purely redundant, but he does not have control over that on this occasion. There's the Infernal Bloom. And there is a Crone throw that Core was still able to get off just before he got banished. Rookie, that looked like 3 jumps to me, as he makes it in for 20 damage on that plunge. That may very well be, well, in that case, that would mean we know more or less exactly what Rookie's masteries are. iRotor almost, but there is the Can Singularity. That's your confirmation, in case anyone was still on the fence. Rookie able to make his way almost in, but not quite. 1 score potentially all that Core might need here, but iRotor does have a sap, may have Rekindling. That might be the furthest I've ever seen the orb bounce out after inadvertently hitting someone's Pyre. And Core, the quick worm throw, good for 15, but that's not enough to reduce iRotor's initial Pyre life down to 0. Core, okay, does plunge. There's our confirmation. It's 10 on the second life bar for iRotor, so at this point, 1 score likely all that Core would need. iRotor very likely still needing 2, well, 1 after this. Don't think that Messenger Imp would have enough damage to do that, though. Manly would. Core, though, finishes the job.
Did you check for the cars? I mean, kind of.
Yeah, I thought about that, totally, and I didn't want to do it, because I was like, I can beat you without.
Well, you know one of them did not have it, because you were all the way down on the opposite side for the Stubborn Flame.
Wait. No, I didn't have it, because I had Sudden Blast with my Serpent Swiftness one, so no, I didn't have it.
Okay.
Until the next rite.
Is it called Sudden Blast?
I think so.
I think so.
The quick one, rather than the wide one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Core, do you need to head out now?
Yeah. I want to stop playing.
All right.
Thanks
No
for the game.
worries. Well, GG's, Core. Thanks for stopping by.
This game is way too fun to exist.
Well, good to have you. All right. Catch you later, Core. That does, however, mean we'd be looking for someone to jump in to take Core's place, and I mean, it's getting late enough that we could look to do a liberation rite, either maybe for the next one or in a couple matches if someone wants to at least get a little bit of a warm-up before we go into that liberation rite. But either way, we would be looking for one more person to hop in here, so do we have any takers? I don't remember if Anor's yeah was in response to something else, or if that was in response to the question that I was just asking. I mean, Anor obviously was playing earlier, and you said you wanted to swap out, but I mean, you were not playing against Iroder, were you? So we could potentially get you back in if you wanted to just hop in for a quick liberation rite.
My presence does not have a time warping influence lit. So not going to change that the score unless it's getting late.
Right. Alright, I'm not currently seeing any other volunteers. I mean, I can jump in the absence of having anyone else from chat, but if there is anyone else, I would prioritize getting you guys in, so let me know. If not, I can hop in for a match or two. But seeing no one raising their hand, I will plug in the controller. Okay. Let's just verify who is player one at this stage. It appears to be me. Okay. I can stay on the Pyre Hearts. Just update the name. Okay. Oh, and should probably do that as well. Okay, so how are you doing timing-wise, Iroder? Does it make sense for us to make this the liberation rite? Do we want to do one more before that?
Don't need to end it now. Well, it depends on what you want. If you don't want...
Okay, I suppose, why don't we do one more before the liberation rite? That way, in case there is anything that anyone still wants to request before the night is through, we can do that. And then, of course, once we are doing the liberation rite, we will we'll go requestless on that one. So let us know if there's something else that we have yet to see today or that you want to see again. This will be our last chance to make it happen. Can you request a cursed talisman? You could. You are certainly welcome to do so. 1, 2, or all 3, for that matter, if that is of interest.
Yeah, sure, you can request a cursed talisman.
Just Black Claw specifically. Okay. Alright.
Remind me, that was the you cannot cast.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's, that looks like the only thing here. So why don't we get this one started then? So each of us will take a Black Claw character.
The Pyre Hearts shall
We've got a lot of Glade today.
the withdrawn. Welcome.
Okay, so Claw
Who shall conduct?
is the one where, yeah, you keep the orb, or you keep your aura when you have the orb, but you cannot cast. What if we do, there are definitely some classes that can handle that a lot better than others. What if we do... this?
Messenger Imp.
Ah, okay, it doesn't work on crowns. I could use on demon, but it's boring. I don't want to use it on demon.
Yeah, that's the obvious choice. Wanted to at least go with something other than that. See right here? It makes it... Here, I can check on Heroder's team to show you. So you keep your aura when you have the orb. You know how usually when you have the orb you lose your aura in the process? You keep your aura. However, you cannot cast. Ever.
Also,
With that
the
exile.
aura gets slower over time.
Yeah,
Not slower,
smaller.
smaller.
Yeah, so like when you first pick up the orb with this talisman, your aura will be its usual size, but then it'll actually, over time, get a little bit smaller the longer you hold it for. So initially, you can actually still banish people while you have the orb, just by running through them. But if you hold on to it for too long, eventually your aura becomes so small that it's pretty much useless. And the downside is that, you know, you're never able to cast. Okay, so what else are we gonna do in addition to that? Feel like doesn't really fill the usual imp role. It may still look to have one there. If we do this. What if we do that?
Tizo.
Oh, I also had... Oh, mistakes were made. I could have made that imp look so much cooler. Wait, how does it look? Okay, I mean, that's still a pretty good looking imp, if I do say so myself. I think
I do
that
like
still
the
looks...
imp colors.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice one. Okay, then we have to throw Gareth in there, obviously. Does the automatic sapling placement when a sap gets banished still count if you have the Black Claw, or are saps just not allowed to take it at all?
I think it will still appear, but I would have to test that.
It will still.
Sandra.
Oh, right, because that's something that we deliberately make a point of doing when we have the triple saps. Oh, you weren't supposed to shoulder smash me. Or shield.
Chaos.
No, stop that. Stop that. I also did not realize that I still had an exile there. I'll be honest with you. I did not see that.
The first dousing.
The sapling will still appear? Interesting.
It is taken.
So like here, I still have an aura, even when I have the orb. And that's because of that cursed talisman. Okay, there we go. We're on the board. We're on the board. No, don't shield that. Don't shield that.
Glory to the scribes.
Who's the threat? Who's the threat?
Sublime.
That's the threat. Oh, that's not gonna be far enough. Yeah, nope. Also, that's not a wetland thorn imp. That was a mistake. Nope.
Well, now that was exciting.
weren't supposed to intercept that either. I know that... Oh, I knew the shield was supposed to be coming, and that was nearly a miss. Gareth had the composure. He knew what he was doing. No! I was trying to bait the shoulder smash earlier.
There goes the orb.
Oh, I should have seen that one coming. Oh, this is a terrible spot to be located. Or is it? No! He was so close! Also, please don't do- Oh, no, no, no! Your aura was too big! Don't mind me.
The imp did it.
I probably could have thrown that, but that's beside the point. Also, that's a terrible place to be standing. Oh, I'm waiting for the shield. I'm waiting for the shield. I'm not gonna take that bait. I'm not gonna take that bait either. Okay, well, I did need to make a move at some point, though.
The two triumvirates are neck and neck.
Can't stop both of them, Snadra! Haha!
No more than a lick of flame
Nope.
remains.
Nope. Nope. Also nope. Enough of that nonsense! How many times can you activate Sacred Bond? Oh, but the 50 rekindling is huge. There we go. A little away, a little bit more.
Neither triumvirate is closer than the other.
Ooh. Right, I lost my other imp. This is true. Who's this? That's Headwind? Okay. Ooh, well done, Gareth.
The Pyre now burns relatively brighter.
Oh no, the stamina. Oh, if I had more. If I had more, that was it right there. No, and I should not have walked straight into that either. No! Leave Gareth alone, he's innocent! Escape! Escape! The infinite stamina! Alright, GG.
The Pyre
Well played.
Perhaps they do deserve their freedom after all.
How does man really only work on
Thus
demons?
end this night's proceedings.
Imps is also questionable.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really a legitimate use case for it outside of demons.
Till the stars align.
I don't think I ever consciously made an effort to use it. Alright, well, I think it might be time now to go into our Liberation Rite protocol. For our final rite of the night, we'll have it, of course, at the Fall of Solium. We'll turn the Never to Return on, Sermonator on. We'll do withdrawn version here. And we will not take any requests from chat for this one. This will be our final rite of the night. We'll finish things off, hopefully, in style. So, without further ado, let's get going.
The time is nigh, exiles. You stand upon the fall of Solium. Here one of you may walk the path to glory, prevail and earn the favor of the scribes. Pyre, stand prepared. The withdrawn stand ready. Who shall conduct this rite?
Alright, so as we were saying, this will be our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. No requests from chat for this one. Both of us will just be taking our preferred teams here. For me, the question is, what is the talisman of choice? There are 2 contenders, one of which will definitely get answered from my rotor, so I think I'll take this. Okay, you know, I had a plan going into this of the team I wanted to use, although now I'm anticipating what iRotor might use. I could mix it up. I'm not sure if it's the right idea to deviate from the initial plan now, or if I ought to adapt. I'm pretty sure I know what to expect from iRotor here. But it would require leaning on a strat that I do not typically use all that often. Maybe I still keep it simple here. Go more with the tried and true.
Tizo. Dalbert.
Alright, well there is the Titan Tooth. That was the talisman that I alluded to before, that I was considering taking on Pamitha, but opted not to go for, because I anticipated iRotor would look to counter it, but now he has taken it. Do I... Technically I do have a way already to sort of counter it. So maybe I'm okay without further adaptations? Maybe. Only one way to know for sure. Quick throw in Gareth. Be my final piece. Fry Rotor. He's going Raji. Webbed Lanthorn, as we were saying, this will be our final right of the night, our Liberation right. I'm on the left representing the Pyre Hearts. iRotor on the left. Oh, no, I'm on the left with the Pyre Hearts. iRotor on the right with the withdrawn. There we go. Best of luck to you, iRotor. Ooh, I did not get the angle there right. Hello there. No! Leave him alone. Also, please let me get some stamina back. Thank you. Yeah, that's what the prayer beads is for, though. That's an option. Worth considering, at least. I saw that black magic coming. Okay, well, granted. I was not ready for that. Oh, okay, but I did end up with the orb. I was not sure who had it for a second there. Oh, that was not a good throw. What? Oh, that's what? No, that's not who I thought had the orb. That was supposed to go to Gareth. Gareth, no! Oh, that also should have been a salute. I'm totally going that way. I was definitely going that way all along. That is an unfortunately well-timed switch. Okay, that was close. That was maybe not ideal. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Well, actually, that was fine. I should have gone for the block. Ooh, there's the black magic jump. That was well executed. Wait for that. Oh, you were supposed to keep on going. Ugh. I did not really want to move Izo out of there. No! Need that second jump. I need that second jump. Oof, okay, I got a little too clever there. Go, Gareth. There we are. That's a little better.
Into the adversary's flame. Oof.
What? You got that banishment? That was not supposed to happen.
The orb is up. No.
I changed my mind. I take it back. Oh, okay. Maybe I changed my mind a little too much on that occasion. Oh, well done. GG.
The withdrawn have proved their
Well played.
an
Thanks for the
outcome
ride,
which left little
GG's,
room
yeah. Thanks for the rights. Well, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today, and thank you everybody who gave us the requests in chat as well. I will hop out of Discord, but I will catch you next time. Alright, let me just... No, I wrote her nose. I wrote her nose. He's out of remote play. He's fine. Okay. But as I said, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite, so thank you everybody who participated, and everybody who gave us the requests in chat as well. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night, and if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the Rite Club Discord server, which you can do, if I spell it correctly, I think I did, by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids, I'm hosting these Rite Nights. My streaming schedule is Fridays, we're doing Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer, Saturdays, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, then Sundays, obviously, Pyre. Then also doing some Helldivers 2 and some Hades 2, whether that be streams or videos, because Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all the streams in addition to some stuff for those other two games as well. But if you haven't done so yet already, of course, you can also hit the follow button to get a notification for when I go live. Follow me on Twitter at LidsVids. I post there when I go live as well. But actually, the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is by joining my Discord, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. That's going to be it for me for tonight. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.